about broadband. You are talking a lot about that on the campaign trail.
Yes.
What's going on with the broadband initiatives?
Well, you know, the Obama administration has dedicated over $7 billion to beefing up the internet infrastructure in this country. The problem is that only about $200,000 has been committed to Alabama, and that's to a county in South Alabama. That means nothing is really being done right now by our congressional delegation to get those available federal funds in here to build our internet infrastructure. That's important just as surely as roads and other parts of infrastructure are, because the internet, the high-speed internet, affects distance learning in the schools. It affects the ability of our first responders like fire and EMT to coordinate their efforts. It's helpful for local government, and it's a recruiting tool for bringing in more businesses to the area.
So this is something that would really help with economic expansion. That's why it's important.
No doubt about it. There are places in counties in this district, this congressional district, where you can't even get a cell phone signal, much less a steady internet signal. So if you have that in place, a business knows that they can come in from another state and they can send those invoices out by internet. They can request parts from their suppliers by internet. There are a lot of different ways where businesses that are up to date and technology oriented would be more interested in putting a plant in Lawrence County or Lauderdale County or Jackson County if they knew that high-speed internet infrastructure was already there.
And that's something that a congressman who was interested in it could do something about.
No doubt about it, because one of the main ingredients you need are those federal funds to get it going, and those monies are available if you have the right person there to pursue it in Washington. Well, I think that in any question that we cannot allow the people on Wall Street who really drove the country into recession and went home laughing all the way to the bank to do that again. It really goes back in large part to the deregulation of the Reagan years that allowed these banks to become too big, allowed for these unorthodox types of investments to proliferate, and it just has nothing to do with protecting the consumer right now. We've got to turn that around to make sure that the individual investor and the person who's working their job with no intent except to be a good citizen doesn't get hurt by the shenanigans on Wall Street.
So you would probably vote for a financial regulation bill should it not happen in this Congress and the next Congress face it?
I think that further regulation and oversight of Wall Street is not just a good idea, it is a necessity.